all the things I've seen, from the west to east, there will always be peace inside from home. Of all the places I've been, it never changes like them. Like an old friend that can come and go.
All right, I'm so excited. We are in my office right now. We got a lot to do. I'm definitely not gonna do this all in one day. I have been so looking forward to this for so long now. I kind of shared a while ago, ever since moving into this house, I didn't take much furniture with me. I did take all of my office furniture and I just plopped it in here, put it where it went, and called it a day. And ever since moving in, I have dreaded coming into this office, which is a bummer because it's a beautiful space. I have a window, I have natural light in here. It's great. It's very functional and practical. But I realized the reason that I don't love this office is because everything is like from my old life. And as many hours and hours and hours and hours of work I've done sitting at my desk, whenever I think of my old office, I don't think about working. I think about the bad moments that happened in my office. I do really believe that things can carry memories, and I think that's the situation here. So I've been kind of wanting to redo that space ever since I had that realization, maybe like 2 months ago or so. I am so excited because I have a new desk that was sent to me. I'm like so grateful for that. And then I was able to get some arch cabinets, you guys know I love arches, on sale a few months ago, and so those have just kind of been hanging out in the background. But we're gonna be like not only adding in some new pieces but also completely rearranging the furniture, so it's gonna feel like a completely different office space. And I'm like so beyond excited, you guys. I'm so excited. I spend a lot of time in here, and so actually being able to come in here and enjoy my space and not kind of feel weighted down, it's gonna feel so good. So let me stop chatting for a minute. We will start deconstructing my old office and building the new one. So let's do this. Before we get into all the fun stuff of the video, I wanted to share a quick giveaway with you guys because this office is obviously for my YouTube channel and all the things that have to do with that. And you guys are 1000% a part of that, whether you've been here for the last 8 years or whether you've been here for the last 8 minutes. I am so thankful for you, and I just want to give back to you guys because, you know, being able to move forward with this part of my life and being able to provide for my kids, like, you guys are such a massive part of that, and I'm so grateful for you, and I want to give back. So I'm going to be choosing 2 of you guys to win a $50 gift card, and I'm going to be picking from the comments in this video, so I will include all the information down below. But basically just leave a comment on this video letting me know something interesting about yourself, and then make sure that you're subscribed because this is a subscriber giveaway, and I will be picking 2 winners, and I'll send you either a virtual or a physical gift card. That'll be your choice as well. So good luck, and once again, just thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful. I will probably never be able to let you know how grateful I am, but I hope you guys can feel that. Okay, so one thing that I did do actually last week, and I will link that video right here, is I went through and decluttered all around my house, including in my office. Now, I did kind of do a little bit of decluttering just as I was putting back things into the new spaces in my office here in a little bit. You won't really see that on camera. Basically just, I only brought back things that I really, really wanted, so it gave me like an extra push to declutter a little more. Definitely, if you are doing a space like this, I think it is beneficial to actually declutter either as you go or before you do it. That way you're just making sure that you're not adding in anything extra into your space that you don't want. And then, you know, my stubborn side where I'm like, I can just do it myself. I don't need help. So I decided to move my treadmill by myself, and I literally later on will put a rug under my treadmill by myself because I'm like, my kids were at school. I didn't have anyone here to help me, and it's fine. It worked out. And so another thing that I did in here was actually rearranged everything. So it's actually a completely different setup, which I really love. It really makes it feel like a totally new space as well. But I did want to move my treadmill over to the side, which I think is great because although I do use it every day, I don't want it to be like a focal point in the room. And I think before it kind of was like a big, that was where your eye went. Whereas now it's kind of tucked to the side. You obviously can see that it's still in here, but it's definitely not as pronounced. And I really love how, like, where it is now. Okay, this desk is a desk that was sent to me by Hulala Home, and I cannot recommend this desk enough. It is definitely an investment piece, but it is so cool. It's a standing desk, so when you get tired, you can stand, which if you work from home, it's just nice to like invest in pieces like that. And you can tell immediately when you open it up, you're like, this desk is very, very high quality. They make their furniture very, very well, and I was just so impressed with it. It's nice and good size, but it's not as massive as my old desk, which I think is definitely more than you need. You know, this is great. And this one actually comes in a lot of different finishes, but I chose the oak one to go ahead and I was so excited for the standing desk. I chose the oak one because it matched the arch shelves that we'll build here in just a little bit. Those were a pain to build, but they were fine. But this desk came together really quick, and I've been so happy with it.
I heard you packing up your bags and moving on. You're gonna do all the things you dreamed about. Oh, and it makes me sad.
Desk is so good. I'm so excited, and I'm actually excited to be like facing out into the like window. I know it's not real pretty out there, but maybe I'll add some more plants or something and make it a little more pretty. But I just think it's gonna be so nice, and it's a standing desk. Well, a sitting and standing desk, which I think will be really nice too, because there are times where I'm like, I'm tired of sitting here, and so having it be standing too, or having the option, will be really exciting. Next, I have these big boxes right here. I got these a couple months ago. They were on sale, but they're like the arch bookshelves, so that's gonna be my storage in here. By the way, if you guys are needing a treadmill, like this one is so good. I love it. It's the Averon one. I got it back in the fall, and I've been on it and off of it. I've been, you know, inconsistent over the last few months, but for the last like month and a half, maybe not quite a month and a half, I think I've missed like 2 days of running. It's helping me so much. So anyway, just random, but all right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull in the boxes. This is not actually all of them. Each of those boxes have another buddy box. So I have to pull those out of the garage and into here and start building some furniture. So let's do this. If you've been here for a while, you know that I really like the arches. I think they're so pretty. I think it breaks up all of the squares that we have in our homes, and I think they look really feminine. I don't know, I love them. So I have had my eye on these arches, or I guess there are like a bunch of different options, but I've had my eye on arch bookshelves for years, honestly, and I just never had like a good place to put them, and I don't know, I never pulled the trigger on it. But I have loved having this in my office. I feel like it really frames the desk really beautifully, and they look so pretty. Now I will say, you can, again, they do have those different options, so you can get ones that are actually like truly just a bookshelf. This one is more of a cabinet because it obviously does have doors. That's why I'm putting the hinges on. And I do like that because the doors will block a little bit of dust that gets in there, because here in Arizona especially, we get a lot of dust because our air conditioner units are on most of the year, and it's just like a dusty place to live. It's amazing, but it's dusty here. So since I don't have to access this all the time, like constantly, I like having the doors on here because then I don't have to dust as often. So that was kind of my thought with that. And I think it does make it look a little bit more, put together. Now you'll see I did end up putting this on the left wall, and that was actually originally how my kind of design in my head was. Really, it was because I didn't think that the wall that the desk is on was going to be wide enough to fit both bookshelves and the desk. But as soon as I had it built, I was like, I think it actually is going to fit over there, and I just kind of liked the look better. So I set it over here on the side, thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try it the other way. And immediately when I did that, I was like, this is it. This is where I'm putting it. One thing I would say is, when you're working on a space, don't get so stuck in your head of like, well, this was not the plan, and just, stick to the plan, because as you'll see, this is like, at least in my mind, clearly the winner. This is the one where it looks the best. And if I had stuck with my original plan, I would have missed out on this whole vibe over here. It's a new day. I was actually planning on building the other art shelf like late last night. When the kids got home from school, we just ended up spending time together and doing all that, which I never ever regret. And then when we got home, I got dinner, cleaned up the kitchen, all that stuff. And then I just like literally sat down and crashed. So that didn't happen, but that's fine. We'll do it today. We'll get the other one built. I love how this is turning out. And I was actually planning on putting these two over on this wall just because I didn't think it would fit across, but that's gonna be so pretty when you walk in, and like the desk will be kind of centered on the mirror, not on the mirror, on the window. And then the two art shelves, I just think that's gonna be like such a prettier vibe anyway. I'm so happy with how it's turning out. So let's get quick to it, build the other shelf, and then we'll kind of make plans, because that's kind of the end of my plans. I do have a rug that I want to put in, but now I'm just thinking, I don't know, that'll be a little hard. We'll see, because the rug would have to go into the treadmill. So we'll see if I'll be able to do that by myself, or I'll have to get the boys' help. But let's build that shelf.
Like a movie that was black and white. I'm getting dizzy looking in your eyes. And what's the use in keeping track of time? Put your hand in mine, put your hand in mine. All I wanna do is live in slow motion, making circles with you. You can be the moon,
All right, we are on day, I don't know what day this is, 3. It didn't need to take this long, but this week has been, it's been a good week, but it's been like every single day has had something big and random, or not random, I don't know. Like we had like a court date this week and like therapy and just all these different things. Lots of different things have popped up in the middle of the day. Like that's when they happen to be scheduled. And so it's made this a little bit more prolonged, which is not great because this has been our hallway. It's like filled with all this stuff. We're gonna work on that, but yeah, it's been a thing. Probably should have picked a different week to work on like my office and decide to like tear it apart. But you know when you get an idea in your mind and then you just kind of roll with it. That's what we did this week, and it's fine. It's great. It's working out. It's just a little bit of a headache during the process. I am going to work on putting the rug down today. See how that looks and how that works. And then I do need to do some cord management with the desk. And then we are going to, I think and I hope, wrap things up today because I now have the rest of my schedule cleared until I pick up the kids today. So we have several hours. I have done a little bit of work at my computer and it's been so nice. I'm loving like, you know, just getting the sunlight right on my face. I love that. I love how these shelves are turning out. Like it's just a whole vibe in here. It's totally different. It feels like a completely different space. It feels a lot more open, a lot bigger and more spacious, and I think it's gonna be so great. So last night I actually went and found some baskets, like wicker baskets, that I'm gonna put in here, and then we'll also be able to decorate that. I don't know, it's coming together and I'm feeling so good about it. Didn't wanna put it off anymore, so that's why even with the busy week, I was like, we are tackling this space. And I really honestly have no regrets with it. I love it so much. Okay, so since I didn't put the shelves over here on this wall, I definitely wanted to fill the space a little bit. And I actually do love having a place to sit other than my chair in my office. Not specifically for me, but like when my boys come in, they sometimes want to hang out and I just want to have a space for them to hang out. And so this piece is actually from our modular couch in the living room. This one actually has just been kind of hanging out in Luke's room, but it's not always used in there. And so I thought this would be perfect in this corner. And then I'll do something else in his room in that corner anyway. But it worked out really well because our modular couch actually has the 6 pieces and we only use the 5 just to make it like easier to get in and out of. But I always love to keep it because we have pulled it in there and had like sleepovers or movie nights, things like that. So I like to have access to it, but it's just not something that's always used. So I was like, this is perfect. I love it. And it really works great in here. And then next up was just organizing my desk a little bit, which these drawers are a little bit shallow, but I actually like the shallow drawers because it doesn't let you make them like full on junk drawers where you can't find anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes less really is more. Okay, so the next thing, we're making good progress in here. I feel like the room's almost there, but I need to create some more organization in here. And then I do want to put up a few more things. Like I want to just, on the walls and things like that. So I went to TJ Maxx and you can find so many bins and baskets from there or from Ross. Those are like my favorite places to get them. The only downside is you need to get things usually all at once because it's unlikely that you're going to find matching ones later on. The lady at the front was like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. You guys know I love the scallop. I don't mind buying baskets because if I change my mind and don't use them here, I will be able to use them somewhere else. Like these are just versatile. You can use these under the sink. You can use these in a closet. You can use them as pretty decorative stuff, whatever. So I don't really mind like investing in these. But again, if you buy them wisely, you can get really good deals on them. I love the prettiness of these cabinets because I like that they're open, I can decorate in them, but they're also going to be functional. But the way that I'm going to make it really pretty functional because it is open glass is I'm gonna use these little baskets. I always say function first, but making something pretty actually is a benefit, not just for the aesthetics, but it actually can motivate you a lot. It can make you want to work in those spaces, be more productive, things like that. So I got 4 of these little guys, and I did measure before I left, so I know they're gonna fit. Then I got 2 of this. It's actually the same style, but just a bigger size. And then I got 1 of this one, which is different, but it still coordinates obviously very well. It's like the same tones and it's woven, so it's pretty. When you're buying these, you want to kind of squish them and make sure that they're going to be like sturdy enough, because some are really flimsy and they're not going to hold up. So anyway, that's what I would suggest. But I got some different ones for different things. So like some are going to hold notebooks, some are meant to hold like papers, some are meant to hold some camera equipment, things like that. So kind of go into the store open-minded and with your measurements for sure. So I'm gonna try to make this as symmetrical as I can, knowing that I have limited baskets and they're not exactly the same. So I'm gonna kind of play it by ear. So for example, like I have those 2 matching baskets. I'm gonna put the same 2 on the other side. They'll be on the top, which is where your eye is going to go. But then what I might do is on this next like 2 shelves down, I'm gonna put this set of baskets just to make things more functional, or like more, I don't know, useful, I guess. I'll put those right here, and then I'll probably just put this one on the same coordinating shelf over here. So it's going to be different, but it'll still kind of tie in the same.
Like a vision you made it, and brought me back to life. Yeah, I was illuminated, just like a spark in the night. Oh yeah, yeah, you're making me feel like a kid again, yeah, you're making me.
Okay, so these were containers that I had in my old desk drawer, and this desk actually has more shallow containers, probably because it's a standing desk, and so it has to have like some room for the mechanics of that, which is fine. But what I'm gonna do is actually utilize these in here as best I can. It might seem like counterintuitive, but it's like you can put storage within storage. The reason for that is if I just dumped all of the stuff that I want to store in here into this big container, it's going to be a junk basket, okay? Whereas if I organize smaller things separately in here, I'll be able to find things easier, and it's just going to work a lot better. So don't feel like just because you have a basket, that's like the max you can organize this. No, you can definitely get smaller containers. These were just from Dollar Tree and they work great. And then I can organize within that. So we have a lot of the organization stuff put away in there. I'm probably gonna kind of leave the bottom section empty, or the bottom shelves, just because you always tend to need more hidden storage, and so I kind of want to leave that alone. Plus you won't really see any like pretty stuff in there. Definitely the top shelf on the arch I'm going to be styling, but I've kind of been picking some little things here and there. Like I found this really cute little very feminine bowl. I'll probably end up putting my SD cards in here. Now, my old desk, I had a lot of surface area, and so I utilized that, but also with that, it can just get cluttered because you're starting off with a lot, whereas if you have things very minimal, it tends to not get as cluttered. So I'm actually gonna try to keep things more in these shelving areas instead of on top of my desk, and try to keep my desk a bit more minimal. So we'll kind of see where we balance that all out. This was just from TJ Maxx. I got it a while back. Like it might even been around Christmas. And then my mom actually found this one also from TJ Maxx. It's a pretty like pen holder. So this I will be keeping on my desk, but it's again like very minimal, very pretty. I got this super gorgeous dark wood carved photo frame. I'm gonna put that inside the shelves, and I don't have a picture I'm gonna put in it yet, so we'll figure that out. I got this really pretty planter. How gorgeous is that? I love the texture and like the neutralness of it. I have these bookends, and I think they're, oh, it says they're marble. They feel more like travertine to me, but just very pretty. You guys know I love the scallop design. And then this, I think I'm just going to end up putting over here so I can place stuff on here. But I just thought this was so pretty with like the scallop design. Anytime you can add texture, it always is a good thing. I also snagged these two last night. I love the arch, of course. This one might end up going on my desk though, maybe with like a cute picture of like the boys and maybe something candid. And then how pretty is this? It has green and a little touch of blue, and it's like a fabric. And then this I got a while ago. This is such a pretty clock. I'm always looking at like what time it is in here. And this is nice because it's very simple and elegant, I think, with like no actual numbers on it. And then it has these really pretty flowers, the gold accents. So I think that's so pretty. I'm thinking I'm gonna put that like right above the door. I don't know, we'll see. We'll find a good spot for it. That was definitely one of my inspo pieces for the office. Okay, maybe we'll tackle the desk first, just because I wanna see what I need to put on the desk, and then everything else needs to find a home out here. So let's do that first. So this is how I do my voiceovers. Hey guys, welcome back. So I need this here on my desk. I don't use these constantly, so these can actually get put in here. But one little trick is, instead of just like setting this here, you want to put it on a tray. This is just a little marble tray. I got it from TJ Maxx a long time ago, but it's going to make things look more intentional. So I'm gonna put this on this side. Anyway, I'm gonna tuck this back here, and this I can just kind of tuck right in here. And then what I do is when I need it, I just pull it out. I think I want to put this one over here. That's good to know. This actually comes out. I might not end up using this. And so then this is just flat right here. And then I could actually put a little tray on this side, and I think I might do that. So actually I think I'm gonna use this tray over here after all. So we're gonna have a tray in the corner. This is what I've used in the past. So I'm unsure if I'll use it. I just always put it right in here because it kind of fits perfect. Or if I want that. I think I actually might put this here. Maybe I'll use this inside there. And then I'll probably put something small right here. Because anytime you can do sets of 3, it looks really nice. I think in the end what I want to do is actually probably drill a little hole, like maybe they're in the center or on the side, so that I can put some plugins in here and charge things in here. Like my laptop that I use often, but it's really nice if it's just like has a place where it always is charging. And so that would be something that I'd like to do. But for today, it's just gonna be here not charging, but we'll figure that out later. These are 2 little jars that I got from actually just Goodwill, but they're so cool. So I keep like hair ties and stuff in here, and yeah, just random stuff, but I just think they're really cute and they're perfect for something like this where you just need something small to add in. And then I think the only thing else that I'm gonna put in here is actually the camera will go right here, and then also I'll put another basket at the bottom.
Why it's always rain, no shine. I dare you to
Okay, this is something else that I love about this desk is there's like this beautiful just hidden storage. And again, it's not a lot of storage, which you sometimes think like, oh, I need a lot more storage. But no, like just having simple storage like this is so nice because then you're not overfilling it with things, and sometimes overfilling your storage can just mean you end up with like a Monica's closet. Oh, you know what? That's what I shared last week was my Monica's closet. And I worked on that, like my hall closet, got that area all cleaned up and prepped a little bit for a makeover. But anyway, side note. So I love like the little pockets of storage, things like that is really nice. So then I did just put in this basket, this wicker basket, and I did actually move this later on. I don't think I even showed it, but I moved it to next to my desk. I just felt like it was a little bit less busy over there. And then one thing that I do, and I've talked about this before, is I will have my kids fill up my calendar like on the wall like this, just because then every time I look over at it, it just reminds me of them. So another little random thing. And then I think the final thing, or almost the final thing I did, is put up this clock. And of course I used my favorite my favorite toothpaste hack, where you just put some toothpaste on the area that you need to hang something up, and then you put it on the wall, level it if you need, and then it will basically just leave a dollop of toothpaste right where you want to put your hole. It works like a charm every time. And then I guess the really last thing that I did, like decoration wise, was just to hang up This Crazy Life picture that my friend Mama from Scratch made years and years ago, actually, which if you guys don't follow Emily, she's incredible. You guys will love her. She's so sweet, and she has like the best design style. And then I also just put up my play button right over there. I didn't want it to be like front and center, but it is something that's special, so I did definitely want to include it in my office. Okay, if you remember, here is the before. Now, I know I had all the boxes in here, so kind of ignore those. This space was really actually not so bad, but it was just like not so put together. And I think the desk being in the middle and being so large, it just kind of overtook the space. And then of course you guys know like my emotional side to this, I just needed something different. This is the after, and you guys, I love this. I love that it's so different. I love that it's such a different style and vibe in here. I'm so happy with how everything turned out. So let's break it down and see what we did. So of course at the bottom, to kind of ground the space, I have this beautiful, super soft rug. I got this on Facebook Marketplace quite a long time ago, and it was actually for a different project, but it works really beautifully in here. Right front and center, you have that beautiful sitting and standing desk. I wasn't sure how often I would use the standing. I mean, I thought it would be nice sometimes, but I've been using the standing part so much. I really have loved it. And I just love like the simplicity of this desk. It's very, very well built, but just so beautiful and so functional. And then of course, on either side of the desk, you have these arch bookshelves, which I have had my eye on for years. They definitely have grasped my attention and kept it for years and years, and they did not disappoint. They are so beautiful. I love that they have all this nice shelving in here, so it's very functional, but it's also a very aesthetic, very feminine, very warm piece. And I love the curved arch on the top, so it really kind of breaks up all the squared off edges. Then I did end up keeping my desert art, which was up on the left-hand side of the wall, and I just really love those pieces, honestly. So even though those were something that stayed from my previous office, it just always makes me happy to see that. I also have the curtains up still, which I put up, I don't remember when, but it was several months ago, and I've loved those. And then I also added in that nice little sitting nook area with the extra piece of our couch, which has worked very, very well in here. And then on the other side of the office, on the right-hand side, I tucked my treadmill into that far corner. It's great because it's out of the way, because treadmills are not really the most aesthetically pleasing thing. However, I love the functionality of it. Obviously, I usually run on it every morning, and so having that over there but not like a focal point was just really a nice shift from this office. Now, I'm not sure if I'll end up adding any more function to this space. The only thing I could think doing really is like adding a few more personal touches like on the wall or something, maybe next to the calendar. But for now, this is how it is, and I love this space. It's very simple, very aesthetically pleasing. It's a very wonderful space to work. It has all the things I need, and I'm just so thrilled with how everything turned out. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for the upcoming video videos because in the next coming weeks, I'm going to be starting on my home renovations. I know this is a rental home, but I got permission from my landlord to renovate a few of the spaces. And so that's what we're going to be starting to work on going into the spring months. And I cannot wait to share with you guys. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.